Hey babe, is now a good time to talk?
Now's a good time to have an unfiltered conversation. Action.
Action is crazy. Sup, folks? It's your boy Keon,
And I'm Marissa.
and we're back here for another episode of MarKei Unfiltered, where we keep it real, raw, and unfiltered.
Yes.
Oh wow, I thought like we did really good last week. Marissa's not feeling herself today. She talked real slow there.
Y'all,
Wow.
see what I gotta deal with?
What do you mean? What do you have to deal with?
You and your shenanigans.
My shenanigans. Well, first and foremost, we'd like to thank our fans for coming back for another episode of the MarKei Unfiltered.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
And thank you guys for rocking with us every other week and staying steady. We're trying to like really do our due diligence and make sure like we get the episodes out much faster and on like our schedule.
On time.
And on time. And I think we did good. I think we're doing good.
Yes.
We had a busy day today. Like we just kind of left church. It's not the engineer's fault.
Oh.
That is definitely true. Our engineer is actually great, so we really
Right.
like to shout out Pablo and our man George, who does the work behind the scenes to make MarKei Unfiltered come to you guys.
Yes.
So he definitely does his part, and he's definitely always available and works around our schedule and our million schedule changes.
Yes,
and
rescheduling.
reschedules that we do.
And he
because
never is annoyed.
he's
So
never
I
annoyed.
really appreciate that.
And like today we're coming here fresh off. You guys see I have the new
Merch.
Yeah, I forgot the word. Like wow. Yeah, so I got the new merch out. So this is one of the new shirts. I've been dropping shirts all this week. I've been trying to
Yes.
wear the shirts out and like have them outside. Marissa's supposed to have one of the new shirts on, but her order did not come in yet. They
Yep.
actually split our stuff up. Like we ordered them at the same time. And a whole bunch of my shirts came and hers did not.
Right.
So
But you can still get
the
The-
hoodies,
the
the
old
OG
merch.
hoodies, right,
Yep.
with the original logo on it. So we'll still definitely keep the original logo around and have some merch around with the original logo forever. The special drops like the t-shirts and stuff like that, we plan on designs changing, so grab them while you can, because they will not always be available. So definitely check out our link tree and definitely support the pod and help us grow. And definitely buy the merch. And if there's any design ideas or anything that you all have or like things that you guys think that we should incorporate, let us know. But right now for this first drop, we went with graffiti and retro.
summer
So
vibes.
A lot of summer vibes are going on. A lot of retro, a lot of graffiti. We definitely left it out and available for everybody to like jump into any color that they want. So yeah.
Yep.
Other than that, what else is going on? It's Pentecost Sunday. It was a
Yes.
great day at church. And we definitely invite everybody to come join us at church, right? So we go to South Church out in Cherry Hill. So visit us at South Church. You guys can join online, but our apostle this week is becoming a bishop. So we really are proud and are happy to be following in his flock and under his leadership. So very shout out to our pastor for becoming a bishop. He'll be a bishop elect. And then in the summertime, we'll be having our church revival. And during that revival week, he will be becoming a bishop.
Yes.
So we definitely invite everybody to come join us at church. Join us and come fellowship with us. Come visit us at South Church. Come as you are, right? That's one of our
Yes.
favorite things. Like I literally have what I have on for the pod is what I wore to church today because I knew that it was a pod day. So it's
Yes.
kind of
And that's what I was gonna also say. We also went to a church event this week. It was what was it? Tie dye and paint.
well, it was art at the waterfront.
Yes, art at the waterfront.
So yeah, they had tie dye,
But they had tie dye and painting,
painting,
and they had snacks.
snacks and stuff like that. Just different artwork. And our kids love art. Like Callie and Parker are
Artists.
definitely artists and like definitely They're pretty dope too. Like they can draw and stuff like that. So they were a little upset because they were like, "I wish we had a pencil and I would like want to just draw," or like they wanted to draw before they painted. So like they just had to freehand paint. So for them, they were like, but they still did dope artwork. Like I was like,
Yes.
oh, that's pretty good. Like for you to just do that
With what you
with
had.
what you got right now.
So
yeah, it's youth month at church. So if you got the kids, bring them on out, right? Like the children go back to children's church. So and then like we're in church. So bring them on out. Bring them out to church. Let them come in and enjoy it. After church, there's always popcorn. Right now, because it's summertime, they're adding ices and popsicles and things of that nature too. So our children love that. So definitely come on out to South Church. Come and visit. Come fellowship with us. Come to Bible study with us. Come out.
Everybody is very welcoming.
Very welcoming. That's what made us join.
Yeah, everybody is very, very, very welcoming. Everybody tries to like get to know you. They speak.
Right. It's definitely a family up in South Church.
Yes, it really is. They really try to get to know everybody.
Right. And like even the members, like just member to member. You know what I mean? Like, because you know, Pastor going to tell you, neighbor. So you might as well get comfortable with everybody in there because you never know who you're going to sit next to on Sunday. So neighbor, and we're going to do our thing. What else is going on in life? We're getting ready to go on vacation.
Yes.
So
I am so happy.
Like we are literally excited. Like the days can't come fast enough. And then hopefully this week, like if all goes well, we will be closing.
Another woo.
Right. So
y'all don't understand.
This process has...
Y'all don't understand.
Y'all just don't know.
Oh my gosh. It's
just all over the place, right? And I'm gonna say it's the administration. I'm gonna say it. You know, we might lose some fans over that, but I'm gonna say it, right? There's definitely some choices and decisions that have happened in the administration that have affected us, that have like caused ups and downs in this process. But we have had the appraiser out. And, you know, once that report comes through, we should be going to closing this week before we go on vacation. So, you know, we're just keeping that in God's hands right now and just awaiting the news.
Yes, it's been a long time coming.
A long time coming.
And the crazy part is we were supposed to start. We really originally thought we were going to start after a certain date. I'm so glad we didn't do that because we would be so behind time.
We would be behind for sure. So, I mean, we're getting there though. We're getting there. Our contractor, we're like,
he's great.
He's like great. So
shout out to
CBJ Home Improvement. Shout out to Chris from CBJ. Like they're great. So if you guys are looking for anything,
a contractor,
any work, any general contractor, any work to your house or anything like that, definitely reach out to us and we'll definitely be able to share or just search them up, CBJ Home Improvement in Maryland, and you'll be able to find them. So Bill is the owner. Christian is our contractor from out of that shop. And I mean, he's great, like great customer service, like a great team, like the back and forth that's been going on between the lender, between us, between our consultant, between them, like it's just been a lot. So they've been great on that. Other than that, what else has been going on? Like the wedding. I feel like we've kind of been in like coast mode. Really,
yeah, we've been kind of like that's been not on the forefront.
Yeah, so like a lot of wedding stuff has kind of been handled. Invites have been sent out. If you listen to the podcast and you have gotten your invite and you have not RSVP'd yet, please make sure to do your RSVP. Even if it's a no, just let us know so we can get our numbers right. But hopefully everybody can be there and start your payment plan soon. So that way it's easier on your budget. All right, and we'll see you all in Jamaica. We can't wait.
Yes, and I found my wedding dress.
Right, so, I feel like we talked about that.
I did? We did?
I don't know. I thought we did.
I don't know, but I found my wedding dress. I'm going to say it again.
All right, well, good.
So that took a lot of weight off of my shoulders because that's something I don't have to worry about.
Right, and I have not seen it at all. I took you to go get it.
And he's very nosy.
I did not go in at all.
I'm actually surprised he didn't peek.
I've been behaving myself.
You have. When it came to that wedding, when it comes to the wedding dress, you definitely behave yourself. So I'm proud of you.
I definitely want to wait just to see what you're gonna look like that day. I want to be surprised.
Yeah, you better cry. Like snot bubbles.
Are you gonna cry like snot bubbles? You always talk about I better cry. Are you gonna cry?
I probably will. I think I will cry.
You think so?
Yeah.
Snot bubbles.
I
Like,
don't know about snot bubbles because I
what
don't
you
want to mess
mean?
up my makeup.
You always snot bubbles every other day.
No, I
Every
don't
day
be
you can't be
snot.
blowing your nose.
I don't be snot. Oh, my allergies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
allergies.
they be real bad.
Hey, right.
Every
So you
day.
better make sure you take your allergy medicine while we're in Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely need it then.
Because you know how you do. All right. Well, for this week, right, I guess we can kind of get into a little bit of the topic for this week.
Yes.
So we definitely ran our usual poll. So thank you everybody for interacting and responding back to the poll. As always, we're going to throw a couple of ideas at you all. And then if we don't get anything, then I guess it's up to me and Marissa to figure
we just
out,
choose.
right? But we just choose. We always got something fire for us to talk about. We always got the topics, right? So...
But I love when y'all choose though, because
we do. Like, we really feel like it's the interaction. We feel like it's what bring you all back to fill our view on what you all talked about, right? Like what the choices were, right? So we're definitely going to continue to throw that out to the fans.
Yes, and we got 100 followers, so I need 100 votes.
There we go. Right. And then I need you to tell a friend, right? So
To
everybody
follow.
tell 2 people to follow, right? And subscribe to us on YouTube, right? And if you do that, right, then maybe you can win a free t-shirt, right? Like, because we can see. So, like, we know, right? So we can see who's interacting, who's doing what, right? Like, we get all of the metrics and things of that nature. So we can see, right? Then we'll reach out to you in your DM to be like, hey, we see how you've been interacting. Like, we see what's going on. Like, we got a t-shirt for you. We'll even let you pick out the design based off of all the ones that are out right now. So before the summer editions go away, right?
Yeah,
make sure you grab yourself a shirt, right? We got the Summer Unfiltered t-shirts. We got the Juneteenth special drop. So definitely go ahead and grab your Juneteenth shirt if you have not figured out what you're wearing for Juneteenth yet. Come rock out MarKei Unfiltered, right? We definitely got some special drops for that. But again, let's get back into today's topic. So it seems like from out of the votes, most people decided to go with the dating while healing part 2. So we want to talk about the person who stayed, right? The one who stayed while dealing with the healing.
Right. But before we get into that, we're going to play our game that we play every time. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I feel like when we do rapid fire, I get excited. It's like the iCarly portion of our show for me.
iCarly.
Right. So I will go with the first question today. What's one thing your partner does that instantly calms you?
Will you give me a hug?
I'll give you a hug.
Yeah. It instantly calms me.
That was pretty fast.
I know the answer to this, but I just want to hear you say it. Who cries first in a relationship?
We all know it's Marissa, the crybaby. You. We all know.
Yes, I'm a crybaby,
sure.
y'all. It's really bad. I be just be like, he's being so mean. Like, I be feeling like off of that scene, Lord. Off of Baby Boy, where she was like, Jody don't love me no more.
Every day is, you're so mean. Stop being mean to me. What am I doing? What was mean? Because I told you no.
So, I'm a crybaby.
All right.
It's the water sign in me.
That's what it is. What's your unspoken signal for I need you right now?
I can't really describe it, but because I probably just look sad or like I'm quiet. Like I'm very anti at the moment. Mm-hmm. So that's what, I don't talk. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. What's one thing you admire about how your partner shows love? Yeah, I want to hear this.
One thing that I admire about how my partner shows love is that you listen. So sometimes you really show love how you think, or how you hear from me that you think I need love in a moment.
Okay.
So that's what I admire the most is like how you like can slow down and listen sometimes.
Don't try to be shady a little bit and say
Sometimes.
sometimes.
All right. This will be the last one. Finish this sentence. Actually, no. No, you just answered that. So I'll go back to that one. Finish this sentence. When they're hurting,
I empathize.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And then we can go back to when the pastor said the women are aggressive.
Well, if you out of love, sometimes
Being aggressive.
sometimes I gotta every time I can't be like, oh baby. Sometimes I be like, no, come on, but because I'm doing it out of love though. Like I still love you, but I gotta be tough right now. Tough love.
Tough
We have to
love.
give it to the kids sometimes. So
We do.
and we have to give it to each other sometimes. Tough
Okay.
love, because you give me tough love sometimes. You be like, stop
You
acting like a
give me-
baby. You can do it.
Because you can.
He give everybody
You can.
tough love. He really do. Everybody, like literally. So like, don't know. You got to get it sometimes. Like you got to be able to take what you dish.
I can take it.
Can
I
you?
can take it.
Can
I
you?
can take it.
No, you
I
can't.
can take it. If anybody can take it, I can.
You be faking like you can, and then you be like really deep down inside how you feel. You be all hard on the outside, but you're a jelly bean.
A jelly bean?
Yep,
And you a Sour Patch Kid.
I am. I know.
Right.
I am a Sour
You
Patch Kid.
sour at first, sweet at the end. You know you the Sour Patch Kid. All right, but let's get into what it really takes to stay when someone you love is healing.
Patience for sure.
Patience for sure, huh? So for me, I think being the one who stayed means like you didn't walk away when times got heavy, right? So I think especially in a relationship, it's going to be times when things get heavy.
Right.
It ain't always easy. It ain't always sweet to be in a relationship. It's not every day is not beautiful. Every day is not just rainbows and butterflies, right? Like it does take work. So it can take an extra amount of work when you're also dealing with someone who's healing through something, right? And it may be healing from, past traumas, healing from past relationships, from parental traumas, whatever the case may be. But, being a person who's staying through that, right? Or even through your own traumas, right? Like even through traumas that, may have happened in your relationship, right? Or like your time together. So like being that person who stayed through that, or like is staying through that, being like staying together through all of the uneasy parts.
Yes, and I also think like it could be just a person could be healing from like death too. Like, okay, because that's gonna, like, if you're in a relationship, that's what's gonna happen. Family members get older, and they pass on, and that's something. Grief is a process. So I feel like when you're going through grief, it's definitely, you may start at number 1, and then you may go to number 3, and then go back to number 1. It's no, set in stone way of how to process grief. So I definitely think, just going through that with somebody and, being understanding to what they're going through. And it may cause depression. Who knows?
Right. So I definitely think that it could cause depression. It could cause a lot, right? So like one of the Bible verses that has been capturing this season for us, right? Or like when we go through like healing or like staying is Galatians 6 verse 2, which is carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. So it's spiritual about being selfless even when it's not easy, right? So like it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be where, like, some days, like, I'll even be like, Marissa, I'm not your punching bag. Like, you are not about to sit here and keep coming at me. Like, I'm not the one that did anything to you, right? But it's about, like, being able to be support for, your partner, right? And being able to see past the healing that they need to go through, right? Because, like, if you get married, right, the vow is through sickness, through health, through good, through bad, the ups and the downs, right? Like, it's
Right.
through everything, right? Like, once you make that commitment, you got to stay committed to that, right? So you have to be able to have boundaries for yourself,
That is true.
right? Um, you know what I mean? But I think that you learn a lot about, like, yourself as being a person that's healing, like going through healing, right? And then as being a partner that's dealing with somebody going through healing or supporting them through healing and staying through healing. Um, you learn to really face a situation dead on, but you also learn how much a person loves you,
That is very true.
right? You know what I mean? But sometimes you may not see it,
You might not
right?
until
Because until what? What are you gonna say?
you may not see it until like you make it through the situation pretty much. Like you get through your healing and then you really reflect back like, wow, you could have been mean during that time. Like I was mean sometimes. Like
You could be mean,
yeah,
and like
like
we've
something
had
like that.
talks
Like
now where I'm like, well, really, if you could have delivered that same message, but just did it in a different way, we could have probably had a lot more progress. I mean, you've had talks like that,
yeah, definitely. Or just how you right. It could just be how you communicate.
right? But and how you communicate can determine how we take things,
Very true.
right? So when I say that, you know what I mean? Like, there could be red flags or there could be growing pains.
That is true, but you have to know how to, I guess, decipher the difference between the two.
So,
That's where it
like,
gets tricky, though.
that is where it gets tricky,
Yeah,
right?
that's where it really
Because,
gets tricky. I'm not gonna lie.
so, like, so if we're talking and we're saying how would we how do we a lot of times you don't know, right? So, like, let's go back on us, right? So
Right.
if in our relationship, Marissa, like, so I've dealt with, like, an abandonment issues from my real mom,
Right.
right? And so, unforeseen to me, Marissa would, like, say things and be like, you need to work on this because it's affecting us, or like, you need to, like, heal from this, or like, you need to, like, go through this, or like, you need to work through that, right? And how Marissa could deliver that, sometimes I'd be like, girl, I ain't telling you nothing else because
But I wasn't trying
I
to.
I'm telling you stuff and you just throwing it back at me, right? You holding this against me now, right? So, as a male, right, you start being like, can I be vulnerable with my partner? Can I talk to my partner about how I'm feeling and about what I dealt with or what is really going on in life without her throwing it back at me or her being in my face about it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's that, right? Where, like, now, you know what I mean? So, like we talked about before, it's like me and Marissa spent some time apart, right? Like, we broke up for a little while, and really spent some time apart. And, like, during that time apart, there was, like, real reflection, real journey, and real, like, healing that I, like, realized, like, I had to do, right? And I think, like, in order to get to the point where we're getting married, it required us to break up and have that time apart, because the things that she was trying to get me to realize while we were together, I was not seeing. I was not realizing. Right? Or I was taking it in a way of like, nah, bro, you
Yeah.
against me.
Or like I'm throwing back like your trauma in your face, like type of deal. Like, oh wow. When really I'm like, no, I'm trying to help you.
Right. So then like for you, right, like getting back together, being back together and everything, right? What helps you see, you know, all right, he really has been healing, like, or he really is like healing, or like versus I'm not ready, right? Versus, oh well, what he's been telling me ain't been happening, or I'm not seeing it. What are like healthy struggles that you're seeing versus toxic patterns?
I think now, when I think now, I don't think that you see me as like a woman like your mom. So I think that helps. That's really like the big thing. Like you don't put me in that box
So
anymore.
what allowed you to see that though, right? So like if you had to be surface level, right, and like just think, right, like we really here to give the people the advice, right?
I
So
think
how should they navigate in a relationship, healthy struggle versus toxic patterns? How do they know if their partner is healing or not ready yet for the healing?
you'll see the commitment for one. Like things that you ask for, they're gonna be done, and like the person is gonna stand on business. Like I feel like you stood on business since we took our time apart, and then like we rekindled things. You stood on business pretty much. So I think the commitment has to be there. Like you're gonna see, like okay, like they're doing what's needed for us to be able to work. You're gonna
So
see differences in behavior, like maybe the person is much calmer or it's not, like, or it's just you're able to communicate through issues or debates. It's not like it's gotta go, everything gotta go to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should be able to talk. Like, okay, we don't really agree, but it's not that deep. Like, we still good.
so what if at times um your partner is still showing that behavior, right? Like what if like, oh, they had this slip up now.
I think it sucks. It definitely don't feel good. However, I think that you have to be realistic, because even think about yourself. It's like unlearning a bad pattern or like a unhealthy habit is hard. Like, because you could have grew up your whole life being like, example for me, I really was not like a good communicator. Like, I'm still not top tier, but I'm much better than what I was before, because I just wouldn't talk. Like,
Right.
I didn't know that that's what's supposed to happen. Like, I never seen that. I don't know. Like, I wasn't talked to, so I don't know. Like, so during
Right.
certain like hard times, I don't really know how to really deal with that, I guess. So, but being in a relationship, you have to learn, like, you have to communicate, or it's not going to work, because you can't read the thoughts in my head. So, I have to share them.
Right. And I think like there's a difference between being supporting and saving.
Right.
Right. So like as a partner going through it, like I think one of the things for me is supporting your partner through the change. Right. So like you talk about it's hard to go through that, right? Like it's hard to transition or make a change into something when this is something that you've been doing for 30 years, right? You've never
Right.
seen it as a problem, right? It's something that you've been having going on for your whole life, and now your partner comes in, and period, point blank, like being in a relationship, you are two different people,
Yeah, that's
right?
definitely
Like there's just two different perspectives coming in. So just being able to navigate that piece, right? So, the things that may trigger you may not trigger me, or the things that may trigger me may not trigger you. What is serious to me may not be serious to you, or vice versa.
right.
So, period, there's that navigation of we're two different people that's just trying to walk down this path together. We're trying to figure out and walk down this path together comfortably,
Yes.
right? Like you want to be comfortable.
And I think it's really about when it comes to, even though y'all two different people, two different perspectives, and I think it's just it all comes down to respecting what your partner has to say. Like, okay, or hearing it out, at
Right.
least,
Understanding.
right.
Questioning for understanding.
Yeah, like, okay. And then, I mean, because we just had this conversation. So it's like, because some things to him might not be that serious than it is to me. And then, but I still, I'm going to put the idea out there like, all right, this is
Right.
what I feel about it. Like,
100%. You definitely know. You definitely gonna be like,
I
well,
mean,
hey,
like,
this is how I feel about it. I
well,
gotta talk to you
listen.
about this because I got feelings on this.
Yeah, I got some feelings,
I got
some
thoughts.
thoughts.
I got something. Right. So, but I think also it takes you as the partner that may be the one who stayed, right? It takes you to reflect and to also say, just because I got thoughts or I got feelings don't mean like my word got to be bond.
Right. Be open minded.
Yeah, you got to be open
Yeah.
minded,
You definitely
right?
got to be open minded.
So my word don't got to be bond, and everybody don't have to follow what I say or what I want them to do, right? And like you got to be open to accepting that your partner, your spouse, your significant other may not see it your way, right? And then you have to be open. Like that's where the communication part comes in at, right? So like when we talk about the communication, right? So like a lot of times when Marissa wouldn't communicate, when she would, it'd be like, well, I just don't understand why you wouldn't do that because I would never do that. Okay, you. Just because you wouldn't do something, why does that mean that I had to think like that? So here's why I did it. Here was my thinking during it. Well, I just don't understand why you would do this because I would never do that. Well, I just gave you my reasoning. I just gave you the understanding, right? Um, but for her, it for a while was she could not see that way. She couldn't see it and that perspective. So it just was dismissed. Is how I took it. Right? And that then could be hard because you are like, well, am I going to deal with this? Am I going to stay? Why do like if I'm doing this part, why what do I still got to deal with this for? And that's where I think the pieces of the commitment, like you originally said, comes in at, right? Like I think one of the biggest things in our relationship now is that commitment. Right? That waking up every day and being like, baby, I really choose you.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So being that committed allows us to be supportive. Right? Allows us to be empathetic,
I
more
agree.
emotional,
More vulnerable too.
more vulnerable. 100% more vulnerable. Right? Because for our relationship to work and to have growth and to get through the good times and the bad times, right? Like that's in the vows, right? The good times and the bad times.
Yeah.
Through sickness and in health, right?
So
So, and healing could be multiple different flavors, right? Like when we really have this conversation, right? It could be healing because you were broken, right? You got your heart broke or something happened mentally, but it could be physically, right? There could be so many different ways that we go through healing, right? And sickness, right? And sickness could be, a mental illness. It could be a physical illness. It could be a airborne illness. It could be
anything really.
anything, right? So if you are in that relationship and you looking to say one day I want to get married, right? You got to be able to stick through that commitment of and health and sickness, the good and the bad, the
Yes.
ups and the downs, right? So I think you still have to keep a respect on your non-negotiables.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because yeah, it's easy to then just fall into becoming like the fixer. And I'm a, you know, everybody, I know everybody has been there before when, you know, you in a relationship with somebody, you want to see them win. You probably have like a thought in your head of where, you know, you want y'all to be and how you want things to be. And you could just easily fall into being, trying to be the fixer. Like, oh, I'm going to do this. So, or trying to go get the help for the person. Like you can't take it that far. Like you can make suggestions, but you can't be out here like I'm gonna take you to the therapist. Like
Right. Well, I'll take you to the
yeah, I'll take
therapist.
you there. I'll give you a
Like I'll
ride,
give you a
but you need
ride,
to
right? But you gotta want it
want to
yourself.
do it right. I'm not gonna forcibly like drag you in
I'm
by
gonna
your coat.
encourage it,
I'm gonna make suggestions. And I'm definitely gonna like be there
support.
and right comfort you and support you. But sometimes you gotta, the person has to want to be helped.
Right, because I think that like if the person does not, right, then you know it goes back to like that Erica Badu bag lady, you gonna hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that, right? So having them bags, having that bag lady, you know what I mean? Like your emotional baggage, your emotional exhaustion
Right. I mean,
rubs off.
everybody has a breaking point because it's gonna be like, all right, I done did all I can do,
I
and
done
it was
tried to
start.
help.
It's starting to affect me at this point. Like I can't.
Right. So now I need you to go get help.
Yeah. Like,
Right. You need outside help beyond my expertise.
and you know, sometimes it just have to. It has to be like that. It's tough love.
Has to be that tough love.
It
Right.
it
And it's not like, well, I'm gonna leave you. Well, it's over. It's I love you so much that I'm gonna point you in the right way
yeah.
to be
Because
the
this is
best
not.
version of you that you can be.
It's not healthy for you,
For us, for the
us, really,
family,
right?
whatever the case may be.
So we ought to tighten up, you know. So,
100%.
and that conversation isn't always easy either. Like,
Being criticized, period.
yes,
Right.
especially, you know, for hearing it from somebody you love, it's like, oh my gosh, you know. I mean, I don't know. People just have so many things going on sometimes. So.
Right. I think that is true what you say though, right? Hearing it from somebody that you love.
Yeah.
Right? Because hearing it from the people that you love is where it hurts the most. Right? Like, oh man, like I don't want this person to see
Oh
me this
yeah, I don't
way.
want to disappoint them.
I don't
Or
want to disappoint them. Right? Or it could just be a self abandonment issue right then and there. Oh my God, are they gonna leave me now? Are they done with me? I don't want to present this view. Right? So being able to encourage help, outside help, right? It doesn't mean that it's the end of us. It just means that for the best of us,
this is what
this
needs
is
to
what
happen.
needs to happen, right? Like encouraging help doesn't mean it's because it's the end. It just means to get to the best version of us, we need help now, right? And anything in life, right? You need help before you can do it. You know what I mean? You don't
Yep.
go out and get a license without getting some type of training in driving school or driver's instruction, whatever the case may be, right?
You don't even learn
So
how to walk without help.
you don't even learn how to walk without help.
So
You know what I mean? You don't do anything in life
you
without
probably
help.
wasn't born without help.
So you can do two things in life without help, right? Get married. You can just go down to the courthouse, or you can go to a church. You can get married, and you can have a baby, right? With no help. They'll give you just those are the two things, right? But you can get help in how you go about doing those things,
Absolutely.
right?
But if you
So
want the help,
that's up to you if you want the help, right? So I think it's always okay to be able to encourage help, right? But how do we stay present and protect our peace, right? So like what tools? Let's talk about the tools that you and I have really used to help us stay grounded.
um, I know for me, I definitely learned like not to take things like as personal sometimes, because sometimes it's not even like related to me. Like it could be not related to me at all. But sometimes like it just happens in life. Like you may take out something on somebody else and it don't even, that's not your intent, but it just happened, or you just had a bad day. Like sometimes shit just be happening, and I sorry for my curse word, but
That's unfiltered, right?
it just be happening, and like you don't mean to do it, but it just happens. So
So
um
I agree. I think that things do just happen, right? And because things just happen, I think that's where like life and love require structure, right?
yes,
So for us, I think even for me and you have gone through plenty of things where we said we need some help here. We need a tool to get through this,
yeah,
right? So we talk about how we're like in premarital counseling, right? And we're like in couples counseling, but it's transition to premarital with being engaged and all. So being in premarital counseling, we constantly write down or like just go through the situations that we go through, and then once we come there, we're like, all right, we need tools to get through this, right? Like how this is how we handle that. We know like that's not the best way for us to handle that. We don't
yeah,
want to do that, right? So we talk about one of the main tools that I think that we have started utilizing is like just a couples dialogue, right? Just being able to slow down and actually have a conversation.
yes.
Um, the safe word when you don't say forget the safe word works pretty good.
Wow, he's throwing shots,
I'm not trying to throw no
guys.
shot. I'm just being honest, right? I'm keeping it unfiltered. I'm keeping it real and raw with you, baby.
When you say the safe word,
When I say the safe word,
yeah, when you choose to use it.
all right,
Anyway,
I use it for the most part. Or I
um,
say this, I need a minute. That could just be the new safe word.
I mean that's fine if you say I need a minute. That phrase.
What are you gonna say? Or what you
Cause
like to leave me alone?
he be saying yes. That's what he be saying. Leave me alone. Leave me
After you done bothered
alone.
me,
Leave me alone.
after you
And he
done
think he the
bothered me,
fucking Hulk when he be saying that
I
shit.
don't think I'm the Hulk when I say it. Majority of the time it be through text message. So I don't know why you. I think you read it as like I'm saying it
Yeah,
like
like
I'm the
the
Hulk,
Hulk. Leave me alone.
and this don't be it at all. I just be like, can you leave me alone? That's really what I be
Okay,
like.
okay.
That's
We
how I be
gonna
like.
see.
Can you leave me alone? Like
We
you
gonna
getting on my
see.
nerves
I'm gonna
right
let
now.
y'all know. That's what he say.
All right.
Um, but I also think like the weekly check-ins. I think that really helps.
Weekly check-ins, especially since we've been more
Cause we be on a go,
vulnerable.
yeah, and then like we just be on a go sometimes. So, you might reflect back and think about something like, what, I feel some type of way about this, but it's not like, or it could be like a good thing too, like a good feel some type of way. It
Hmm.
could be good or bad. Like I really like when you did this week, but I never got a chance to tell you because we just
Right.
been so busy.
Just gotta enjoy the moment and like, all right,
Yeah,
let's keep it going.
but reflecting back, that was really nice.
I can attest to that. What are some of the other tools in our toolkit?
Um, we have been doing,
Journaling has been good for me.
yeah, journaling, and I think we've been doing like we've been trying to stay consistent with our spiritual life. So like doing the Bible study, going to church events,
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Trying to get to Bible study in person. Like
yeah, we
Tuesdays
are
just
trying to. It's
always
always something to
are
do.
like our
That's
busiest days. Like we've been attending Bible study, but not in person.
yeah,
So like on Tuesday, like we've been like on Bible study, but not in person. So we're trying to get to like a consistent point where we can go to Bible study in person on Tuesdays.
yeah, and just like trying to pray every day together, like
Mm-hmm.
stay consistent in that. Um, just really checking in with each other. I think is
Really checking
definitely
in. I definitely think like our spiritual growth has definitely helped our relationship a lot. Like really being able to slow down because even in like moments sometimes when like we want to argue, we pray
yeah,
and that has helped us. Right, like it's changed the whole tone of the situation and things of that nature. So like really just being able to pray, and then reading. I think that there have been one of the biggest tools has probably been the books.
yeah. We do
Like
have
that
books.
one book is what Learning to Fight Fair. Just all of these books that we have recommendations from like our couples counselor or like just people recommend stuff to us to like look into, or we'll see it as a recommendation on Amazon or something, and we'll say, okay, let's just add this to our collection. But reading books, I think, has definitely opened up our toolkit to really just be like, okay, this is our thing. But the biggest thing from that is communication.
Yes.
Open, honest, vulnerable communication. Right? Doesn't mean like you gotta attack a person, right? And I would say couples dialogue helped us with that because with couples dialogue, you have to think of the solution that you want. So if you're the one that has the problem, you also have to come up with the solution. That really forces you to process.
Yes, and think and just really think about what's going on and how you actually feel and what made you feel that way.
Yep,
But even with all the tools, there are still some hard days.
definitely.
Um, it doesn't mean that, you've given up, but everybody gets tired. Like, so, but you still choose to stay because it doesn't mean like, okay, I could be tired, but that doesn't mean like I want to live life without you.
Right.
I'm just,
And
I
that's a
just need a
piece that
second.
I agree. That's a piece that people don't post about, right? Like you ain't posting your couple or you ain't posting your significant other when you drained, when you
Yeah.
upset, when you
When y'all
tired,
beefing.
when y'all beefing, right? You ain't out there making no loving posts talking about I'm confused or I'm hurting or like they getting on my nerves today or why can't we just get along today or can't why do he want to go golfing when I just want to lay in the bed and be loving, right? It be the simple things sometimes that can cause a day, right? Or it can continue on, right? Like there's this constant saying where I'm like, I'm not gonna live in a prison of my past. So really being able to deal with staying while it's draining, right? While it is hard, right? While at this moment it is tough, right? We are dealing with a problem that seems to overweigh all of the good days and times that we done had. They don't matter right now.
Yeah, because you just upset. You feel like, ugh. Um, but in it, you definitely have to just, those are the moments where you want to just try to love on each other and encourage and support one another. Like, you know, even when you're tired, like, or the other person, you see that your partner is tired, that's the moment that you need to be supportive and be like, even though this is hard, or just reassuring that too.
I
Like,
think definitely being
even
reassuring.
though this is hard,
Like I appreciate you for
yes, I
sticking through this.
appreciate you for sticking through this. I appreciate you for seeing me as who I am.
Committing to being loving, right? Like me and Marissa were having this talk this week where I told her, because like I think I've been really nice to her the past couple of weeks. And I asked, I said, have you like noticed this? And I told her, I was like, I like really said I'm gonna make a commitment to always be loving to you no matter what. And some days Marissa gets on my nerves, y'all. Like she really get on my nerves.
Yeah, he
Like
won't cuddle like this. This what he'll do. Put his hand on my back, like
so some days, y'all,
I be like,
I be like,
okay,
she is getting on my nerves. But I told her that I'm gonna commit to being loving, right? So like I still cuddle. It may not be how she want me to cuddle, but I cuddle, right? That's my commitment to like being loving. So I think like no matter what, right? And like we may be like healing, or like it may have upset me, or whatever the case may be. Um, but if it was always good, you wouldn't realize how good you had it, right?
right,
So I think you have to have the bad times. You will go through tough times. You will go through moments that are hard, that are upsetting, right? That are frustrating. But I think it gives you the testimony to
on the other
later
side.
on
Yep, I was
when
gonna
you come
say,
through the other side.
and the other side, it's beautiful.
So, you know, there is something like we try to say now, right? If this isn't going to matter in 5 years, we shouldn't give it more than 5 minutes, right? But we've also learned, right? You don't know when you're triggered until you're triggered,
Right,
right? So it's not about being triggered, it's about learning to really slow down in those moments and listen, right? Try to be what you can be for your partner, even when it may be frustrating, right? Like sometimes it does require you to ask or say to yourself, I got to put this above me,
yeah,
right? But if you do that, it'll pay off.
it will. And I think later on, you can also still share the thoughts that you had on the situation or whatever. Like, it might have, it wasn't the right time. I wanted to focus on, how you were feeling, but I do want to share this thought.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And I think as long as you can make your partner still feel heard,
Right.
right? So, don't take the moment and turn it
Yeah,
into
to
you,
you. Don't do
right? But like,
that.
even
So you,
if it may be upsetting you and how they approached it, right? Still try to. And if it is coming to a point where it's like we can't have this conversation right now, say that. Like that's where the safe words come in at, right? Like the transition with the safe word though is like sometimes I may use a safe word and Marissa's like, well, we never gonna talk about this now. And it's like, no, babe, we are. We're just not gonna talk about this right now. Like me and you are both upset and we're not gonna hear each other. Right? We talking at each other and not to each other. Right? So like we need a moment. So like that, but that's something that I had to learn about my partner. Like I would use a safe word and she would blow up even more. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, didn't you hear me use the safe word? We supposed to be stopping, break, cut. Director said cut, right? But I had to learn that for her, you know, that made her think like she wasn't going to be heard or she couldn't be heard or, it now is going to upset her partner if she feels a certain type of way. It's like, no, it's just because you're feeling a certain type of way, there's an approach going on right now that we need to adjust, right? So we both need a minute, right? Because if not, then you're not going to feel heard and then it ain't going to change how you feel in the first place. So I think the biggest thing is being able to slow down, being able to, and really just, like I said, I think it goes back to what you said at the very beginning, that commitment, right? So like really
yep.
always saying, I'm going to be committed to you no matter what. Right. So like when me and Rissa like have situations now, I'm like, well, we getting married. Like I'm going to be committed to you no matter what.
Yeah, and it's like, well, we both don't want to go nowhere, so why? You know what I'm saying? It don't even got to be all of this. Like,
It don't.
it just, it could be okay. So that's how you really felt about it. Like, those are your feelings. Like, okay, I didn't mean, that wasn't
Right.
my intent.
That wasn't my intent.
Yeah, so I just think, well, also with commitment, you have to be present. Like, you got to be present in the relationship. You got to be willing. You got to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Because being present is just, it's more powerful than like trying to like trying to fix a person.
Right.
Like being there,
Supporting them.
yeah, supporting.
Right. And the good and the bad. It ain't every day. It's not gonna be easy. So I agree.
Yes. So, you can definitely, I definitely think you can love without losing yourself and, you know, affecting your own mental health.
Right. I think as long as you set the boundaries for yourself, right, and you know when your boundaries are being crossed, and being able to communicate those, right. So
Yep.
but that again goes back to like what you said, that presence, right. So having your presence and knowing, okay, yeah, you can be hurt, you can be down, you can go through bad times, you can be healing in this, right? But you still have a commitment to this relationship. So in that, I support you, right? And here's how I'm going to support you. Sometimes that may be in soft love, nurturing love. Sometimes that may be in tough love, right? It doesn't mean that I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I don't want the best for you. It just means that to get the best, right? Sometimes you got to do your best. That means that sometimes I got to be harder on you for you to have some fire on your butt to get into action. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it just means that I need to slow down, listen, hear you, hug you, nurture you.
Yeah.
Right? And like that's something like I as a male have to be I learn, right?
I was
You know
just
what I mean?
racing.
Like I be having to learn that. Like Marissa be wanting me to be nurturing, I be like, girl, we don't cry around here.
Yeah, he be like, and it's so funny because I was watching a TV show and it's like a couple in there, and was having the same problem with her. That's her husband. So with her husband, and I was like, dang, like that was exactly like me and him. But I also had to learn, like, okay, well, I have to be vulnerable now, and I have to actually communicate what I need because he doesn't understand that because he all like, he one of those type of people like, okay, well, dust your knees off and come on, let's go.
Like
Me, I want to be
let's
like,
get to the solution.
I'm hurting. Like,
Let's get to the solution.
yeah, he want a solution, not like keep solutioning. And I'm like, no, like, I want to focus on how it made me feel right now. Like, we going to get to the solution, but let's, I need a hug or something. He just like, come on, Marissa, let's go. It's all right.
I'll be like,
You fell, but get up.
Listen, all the way I'll be like, hey, you fell, but get up.
Like, we literally fell off a scooter one time, and I was still laying there. He got up. He like, why are you still laying there? I'm like, bye, I'm hurt.
And listen,
Like,
and I was hurt more than she was. And
yeah,
I'm like,
he was
nah.
bleeding. I wasn't even bleeding.
Right. I'm like, girl, I'm the hurt one. Like, get up. You gotta go. You can't be laying here face down in the street.
Like, I was really just laying there hurt.
So I definitely think, like you said, you know what I mean? Definitely having that presence, staying committed, knowing what your boundaries are, and you can continue. And like you said, like you can continue to love yourself, right? But in order to do that, you got to first come in loving yourself. Maybe that's what we need to talk about.
Yeah, true. You
Right.
do have to love yourself.
Maybe that's what we need to talk about. Loving yourself while being in a relationship, or to prepare to be in a relationship, because you gotta love yourself first. And I'm gonna tell y'all, like I have self-esteem journeys and everything, like right, you know what I mean. So now not being in those places, right, I love so differently. Right.
And
Our
I think you're
relationship
able
is so
to
different.
receive love differently too.
I'm able to receive love differently,
Yeah.
right? I'm able to individualize you
Right.
for who you are and the actions that you contribute to my life and how I know that you love me. So that's what life is. You know what I mean? That's where the presence comes in at. So I appreciate that.
No problem.
I love you.
I love you too. Oh, see how he being nice, y'all.
Father's Day is coming.
Yeah. And he keep asking for a Can-Am. Like, be for real. Right now.
She's saying that, but watch, I'm gonna
He want to get a Can-Am this year. I'm like, not
because you
this
trying to be
year,
pregnant
though.
next summer.
Yeah, after I had a baby, you better get a thing for the baby to get on the
The
back
thing
of the
for the
back.
baby to get on the back. Then, son, I'm trying to be outside, just me and you.
Well, somebody go ahead to watch that
Me and you.
baby.
And
Family
we've been to a
members.
couple little things. We've
Wink,
been to a
wink.
couple little things where we was like, this would have been perfect night for the Can-Am. Because you coming on board. So, like, you talking, but you coming on board, and you definitely like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him his Can-Am. I'm going to get him.
And then he got a need for speed, so I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
I've been chilling. With the Tesla, I don't be doing much.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Remember we almost got hit by the bus?
The bus turned in front of us.
And you was
We
going.
can run back the camera.
And you was going fast.
We can run back the camera. We can run back the camera. The bus turned in front of us.
So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I don't know about that Can-Am, y'all. I don't know. I just had a vision of us on it and you, my hair just going in the wind real, real fast. And I'm like, slow down.
You ain't gonna say that.
And you turn the corner fast as hell. We on two
I don't
wheels.
know why you think that. Like I got children's. They only got 3 wheels, so I don't know about being on 2.
You know what? I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say, but go ahead.
Go ahead and say it. We raw.
You be going fast with the kids in the car. When we be hitting them little humps, they be like, whoa.
With the little humps.
On Monroe, yes, on Monroe, on Monroe. You go over it probably was like a pothole or something in the road, like the little
and
thing. No,
around.
You know where it's at actually. It's on 95 when we be coming back from BWI.
And
you be going fast, and it be that little dip right before the exit, and I be like, slow down because it's a dip.
Nah, you be hitting that. I don't hit that. I be going.
Everybody in the car be like, whoa.
I be going to the side and everything.
So miss me.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen though. If you guys have been the ones who have ever stayed, right? If you are in a relationship right now, you're staying, or you're kind of going through something, right? If you ever have seen someone stay and you were like, why are they doing that or anything? DM us, right? Comment on the post, right? Interact with us. Let us know if you guys have seen these situations, right? But really dealing with the relationships and really saying, hey, they stayed through some stuff that I don't know if I would have done it, right? Or, hey, I stayed through some stuff and this is where we are now. This is how it helped our relationship. Let's talk about it, right? Talk to us about it. Interact with us on our social media forums. Interact with us on the YouTube comments. Make sure that you subscribe and definitely come back and check us out.
Yes, and if you give us some feedback, we definitely will feature it in our next episode. But as always, we want to thank y'all for listening, voting, and showing us love. And we definitely want you guys to share with a friend, tell them to follow, like, subscribe, comment. Definitely check out our merch. It's definitely the summer collection, I would say. And just continue to interact with us. And if you haven't interacted with us, please chime in. Give us your feedback, comments, stories.
Let us know topics. If y'all got topics that y'all like, we want to hear from a couple on this, or like things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like, our real big focus here is to really talk about being a couple today. Yes. You know what I mean? Like we understand, like, with social media, with the world, with all the different vibes going on, being a couple today, right? Like, me and Marissa are charting our own territory, our own course. You know what I mean? So,
and we don't have all the answers all the time.
We don't got all the answers, right? But we'll tell you how we handled or would handle that situation. You know what I mean? Like, we out on our own. We found our church on our own, everything, right? Like, being able to bring spirituality into our relationship. You know what I mean? Was something that we committed to doing from the very beginning. Like, we've been praying and everything like that, finding a church home. We're happy that we actually have one now, like, from just visiting all these churches over the past couple months.
That was a lot.
And everything. But, like, those were things that, like, we really said on our own we wanted to do. You know what I mean? And I continue to just thank God for where we're going, where we are, for the blessings on our business, and for where we're taking MarKei Unfiltered. And as always, you all come out, and if you want to start your own podcast, definitely come out to SMG Studios, right? Come join the Sarcarrogance
Yes.
family and come see where the rest of the studios and the pods get down at, right? There's multiple studio rooms to choose from here.
Yes, they got more than the boom
Right.
boom room.
They got more than the boom boom room. Right. And it's crazy because in the boom boom room, like I feel like me and Marissa don't be close, right? We don't be affectionate. We don't be loving. And we are definitely a lot more loving and affectionate than this, right? But
Yeah,
but
that's what we need.
that's what we need. We need a smaller
couch.
couch. That's what we need. We need like one couch. Like, cause this one is big. Well, we enjoy it. You know what I mean? I can kick up the feet, whatever,
Right.
whatever. Like
Laid
it changes
back.
by the week how we are in here. But definitely check out Sarcarrogance. Definitely visit the website. So definitely, we are officially a part of the SMG Studios family
Yes.
and a Sarcarrogance group. So definitely continue to support. Like I told y'all, if you want the video, the audio, and the engineer all in one,
Right.
I'm telling you, you're not gonna get no better price than what you.
Yeah,
Get
you definitely
here.
not gonna get no better price. So y'all might as well
So
just come
definitely
on
come
down.
on in. And then, like I said, we got the merch. You know what I mean? Y'all got any merch ideas? Let us know. But definitely support. Like I said, we got the Juneteenth merch dropping or dropped already. We got other merch coming out for it. So when we drop clips this week, definitely drop out like the Juneteenth merch clip. Let's drop that, right? So before the episode drops, we're going to drop clips all week before the episode drops. Just to get y'all excited for episode 6, right? And before we go on vacation to the Bahamas.
Yes.
So before we get on this cruise ship and before we go on vacation, so while we are on a cruise ship, this episode will come to you all live. So y'all be listening to it while we are
on the boat
and
relaxing,
disconnected from the world and just relaxing and enjoying our lives and loving on each other, right?
And we got the drink package.
So we about to have a good
and them
old time.
kids is going to the
They
camp.
going to camp, right? So we about to enjoy them unlimited drinks. We about to have a good old time. We're going to relax. We got some cruise package money, so I might go ahead and get my little lady a massage. I get a massage. Look, we got the cruise package money, and so at first, right? My old lady here said, "Hey, babe, you know what we gonna do?" Well, I think we both said it. We was like, let's just have a date night. We was gonna take the money. We was gonna have a date night. Why? We look back at the package that we booked. We got a date night included.
Yep.
Right? To any of the restaurants. We got a date night already included without having to spend the money we got in the package. So now we got that money still sitting there. So we said we probably just gonna hit the casino and we do not gamble. Right? So
but we just going to
we
might
said
take
we
a
got
chance,
some free money.
yeah.
We'll see what we can take a chance, see if we can make some extra little cash off of that. Or turn that free money into cash. Right? Turn that free money into cash. Right? So we're gonna see what we can do at the casino. And if not, I'm sure we'll find something on the ship. Take pictures or something.
Or excursion. We'll find something.
I'm sure we'll find something. So we're grateful for that. But like we said, hopefully the next episode will come to you all. We'll tell you guys that closing is dropped. You'll see it on the MarKei Unfiltered page that if it has happened.
Because we will be recording that process. So
right. So
that's
we
another
definitely
project.
That's another project. So definitely stay in touch with the MarKei Unfiltered page. And definitely stay and follow MarKei Unfiltered on TikTok if you have not already. But what we did, like when we talk about closing, me and Marissa already own our house. We own our house outright. So we're just redoing our house from top to bottom. So we're getting down to the studs and redoing our entire house. So we're going to closing because it costs a lot of money. So
it's pretty much like buying a brand new house.
Yeah, it's like buying a brand new house with the house that we already own. So
which
you
is
think
crazy.
that you would take all of the equity and it would work a little differently? It don't. All right. So let me just tell y'all, the way that me and Marissa thought it worked, it didn't. But that could be another conversation for a different day, right? Talking about houses, finances, all different types of stuff. That's why we are here. That's why you guys keep coming back, because we're talking about how do you be a couple in your 30s in today's society when salaries are crap and expenses are high.
Hold on.
Right?
I'm not in my 30s yet. I just had to say that.
She just had to. Yeah,
I am 27. I will be 28. I got a couple more years. Well, I had the big 3-0.
Your boy.
Yeah, pop.
Pop.
Pop Pop
But she be
Onk.
sleep before me. She talking about Pop Pop She be sleep before me. Let me tell y'all. And everything I like, she like.
I'm
She be
still a
talking
young
big stuff.
whippersnapper.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about that real quick and then we'll get off, right? If you guys have not been to Jazzy Summer Nights, I highly recommend
Oh yeah,
going, right? Get your
it's a
tickets to go
time.
early. It is a time, right? We went out there and I mean,
It was
this
packed.
time we went last minute, right? So now we went last minute and we had such a great time. We bought all of our tickets for the rest of them. Right, so now we're not gonna be last minute. So get your tickets for Jazzy Summer Nights. If you have not been, go ahead and check it out. It was a vibe. It was a time, right? And when I tell y'all, everything that y'all want is there. They got the cigar lounge. They got hookah. They got the
Drinks,
drinks. They
food.
got food. I mean, many vendors, right? From barbecue to Caribbean to soul food, almost anything you want, right? So when we went, they had Kendrick the Family Soul. And if y'all know me, I'm a big Kendrick the Family Soul fan. I'm a Neo Soul fan.
Yes.
Right, I'm a big Neo Soul fan. So shout out to my pop Sean Dorsey for getting me into the Neo Soul. But I'm a big Neo Soul fan. So Jill Scott is my all-time favorite artist. Right, so Jill Scott is like my world. But Marissa's my world. But like Marissa knows how I feel about Jill Scott.
Jilly from Philly.
Like she buys me tickets. Like we go see. Like if Jill Scott is on tour, is at a show or anything, Marissa already know we going. We done been to Philly to see her. We see her at home. We do not care. We gonna go see Jill Scott. But anyway, so this time was Kendrick the Family Soul. It was a really good show, and if y'all, if you've been involved, right, Kendrick the Family Soul Stars was the song that I proposed to Marissa with.
Yes.
So it's one of our go-to songs. I think I got her hip to Kendrick the Family Soul, and then so we really enjoyed it. It was a really good show. It was really good vibes in the city of Baltimore. So definitely shout out to them for that.
Yes. It was definitely, and I can't definitely wait for the Drew Hill.
I knew that's your favorite one. She's really excited for Drew Hill.
Y'all, I'm being there. Listen.
When they do Beauty, I know she's gonna go crazy.
There's a meeting in my
listen.
Ooh, the catalog.
Meeting in my bedroom is not Drew Hill.
That's not Silk. Drew Hill.
That is Silk. I don't know why you keep doing that.
For real, it's not.
There's a meeting in my bedroom. Didn't
they redo the song though?
No,
they didn't. I swear.
Someone in my bed. Somebody sleeping in my
okay.
That's it.
Sleeping in my bed.
Right.
Sleeping in my head.
Yeah, they don't have no meeting in my bedroom now.
For real? I am hurt behind that. I thought that was Drew Hill.
That is Silk.
But I love Drew Hill. Where they do Beauty.
Beauty, yeah. They got a couple other tracks that you like. So yeah, that I'm excited because we're about to go see Raheem Devon for the next one. So the next one is Raheem Devon. So we got tickets to that one. They got the Go-Go Museum one. So that's gonna be popping, right? Go-Go in Baltimore. Like we're gonna have all the Go-Go bands come out here to Baltimore.
I ain't even gonna lie. I like the Go-Go though.
I know you do, especially that slow bounce. I already know how you feel about that. I know. Look, listen. I know how you feel. So got the tickets for the Go-Go.
Sexy
and then like we said, the Drew Hill one. So definitely come out, get your chairs, come outside, come out and chill out with the MarKei Unfiltered crew and the podcast. You're gonna see the sound engineer Pablo at the next one. He's coming out with us. He said, look, MarKei Unfiltered stay outside. Why y'all don't invite me? We said, come on outside. Come on outside with us, right? So we telling everybody, come on outside, come out and see Jazzy Summer Nights. This is 25 years, and this is the last year.
Yeah.
This is it, right? So come out. If you've never been, come out. It's a vibe. It's a good time. I'm telling you guys, right? Come on out. Come and enjoy the show. Come and enjoy the night. I'm going to tell you this. Get there early.
Yeah.
Right? So I know people like to show up late.
Packed.
I'm going to tell you. Get there early. You get a good spot. You get a good seat. You got a good vibe. You be in there for the rest of the night. Get there early. Right. But other than that, we like to thank y'all. Make sure that if you have not, that you subscribe today. Subscribe on YouTube. Even if you don't watch us on YouTube, can you please subscribe? Tell your friends and your family to subscribe to us on YouTube, please. Right. And then other than that, follow us on all of our social media. Right. Check us out on Facebook. No, we are not on Facebook.
Not Facebook.
All right,
Instagram,
TikTok,
TikTok.
Instagram, and Threads. We are on Threads now and everything else, right? So check us out, right? Follow the MarKei Unfiltered page. Let us know. And as always, thank you for following. Thank you for listening. Let us know your topics. We're going to throw out. So before the poll come out, if y'all got something that y'all want to happen on the poll, let us know, right? That's how we also know that you're listening. So check out the podcast, throw out your poll, let us know the topics that y'all want to hear from us. And, we're going to be grateful for that.
And until then, stay real, stay raw, and stay unfiltered.
All right, until next time, we see y'all after we get off the boat.
All right.